Hi there. We're gonna do a reading with this beautiful deck. It's called the Elemental Empath, and it's by Mayuki Rose. It has beautiful packaging. Look at the effort that went into this deck and this book. And it's small writing. Very detailed. Like one of the cards, like this is the layout on the book, right? Embodying your playful inner child. That's the page I opened up to. Wow, all right. Well, we're going to get into this. Okay, so let's call on our angels, saints, ancestors, and guides into our space to provide love and divine messages for our highest and greatest good. We are surrounded in divine white light and love, so it is and so it will be. All right. Just do our seal there. Oh, this is not needed at this time. Okay. Well, think about what you need to tap into, what you need to know. Okay, ask that your higher self give you some sort of communication or confirmation that this reading is for you. I ask that you do that for every one of the readings that you watch, is to ask if it's for you or not. You shouldn't be taking everything as if it's yours. So discernment's super important. Let's say courage. And so is courage. Number 6, inner strength, action, trust. Types of bravery are asking for you to trust yourself in challenging times. I'm also getting fire sign. I'm getting like the past experiences helped like forge you in fire. Okay. So there has been some sort of initiation by fire. I've been getting that a lot. Okay, I've been getting that a lot. And then we have sky expansion. This is talking about like a befriend mind, inner freedom, expanding consciousness. I'm gonna put on my glasses. This is beautiful. This is such a beautiful card. The artwork is amazing. It's a number 1 as well. And it's an air sign, like it's in the air. Thoughts create your reality. And what you've been doing is like allowing yourself to be free. So it's like you're doing the inner work and then soon the outer work is going to appear. So this is like expanding that consciousness and really having like compassion for yourself. Like this is such a deep moment for you, very like transformative. I'm seeing like the whole seed of life back here. I don't know if you can see the geometry there, the sacred geometry there, but this is very deep. Okay, and I feel like you're really having, first and foremost, compassion for yourself and picking and choosing like what aligns with that. You do have higher consciousness and understanding the principles of like inner freedom and what that means. And so you've softened your heart mostly to yourself. So there's this strong connection to self. So you've been really tapping into what works for you, what doesn't work for you, and you being okay with saying no thank you to what no longer works for you. It's about being gentle with yourself, okay, as well as seeing the good, like even the glimmers, right? Like regardless of what you're feeling right now, you can still see hope and you have faith, right? It's like the glass half full. And it's like refillable, you know what I mean? Like it doesn't stop here. Okay. Compassion, yeah. And then it's like being, yeah, it's kind of like releasing and then surrendering and being in flow. There's like another vibration that you attune to and may be part of that is difficult, right? Because sometimes you have to be in other vibrations. And so sometimes when you have to lower your vibration and maybe do something that, you know, might be more aligned with your day-to-day stuff, right? Your practicalities, your responsibilities, your dealing with your experience here on earth, it can be a lot. And sometimes you have to have like that time out, that self-care, that like reset, okay? And then in order to kind of like reconnect, like there's this like need to choose you, okay? There's a need to choose you. So we have ride the waves, tap into the flow state, and let go. And this is also, as you're doing this, like you're being supported in this process. I'm getting, you're not doing this alone. Like you've got like such a beautiful support team here. And there is something that you are being asked to release. Like, look at this. She's like about to birth something new, right? This is creation. It's number 4. It's like honoring the journey. It's talking about not rushing, okay? Experience life, respect others, and allow messes. Like things, that's how we learn, right? Is how to pick up after ourselves, right? How to grow from a situation. I feel like there's a ton of growth here, okay? And there's a ton of growth to come. So it's not like this is all it is. Like this is just, you know, part of the journey. Courage. That was what we saw initially. Fire. Wow, this is so cool. We have all the elements. We have air, earth, water, fire. No kidding. And then we have like the ether, right? So here's your star. That's so cool. All right, well, inner strength, taking action, inspired action, knowing exactly where you're meant to be and how you're meant to do it. Like it's going to take all types of bravery. I feel like, you know, this is like go time. All right, soon it'll be go time. But what's interesting is that in a sense, like it's go time for what you've been working very hard for. However, this card says pause, which is interesting. It says responding versus reacting. Okay, so there's something that, you know, there's a need for you to have thoughtfulness and mindfulness. So then we have hope and then letting go. Wow. What you do takes courage, okay? Who you are, what you stand up for, what you believe in, what you're trying to create, like whatever your goals are and what you're working towards, it takes courage, a lot of inner strength, right? And there's a situation playing out maybe now where you've been asked to take a pause, okay? There's a need to kind of surrender things, right? Allow things to kind of play out naturally. There's a process, there's a cycle, okay? This is all like cyclical. And at this time, you want to align with that energy. So if you're being asked to pause, wait, respond versus reacting, like nothing needs an immediate response, right? Everybody's programmed to think that everything needs an immediate response. It doesn't. People need to have the time to reflect, the proper time to reflect and take a break and unplug and whatever that is for you. But I'm getting like this is for you to observe your thoughts and your mindfulness. Okay, so just if there's something that you're working through, I would say take the time you need to think things through before responding. There's nothing wrong with that. Especially when it comes to very important life decisions, okay? Especially when it comes to important life decisions. Okay, so I'm going to leave these here, and then I'm going to get another deck. Okay, we're going to use this deck. So, these are kind of thick. Dedicated to the craft. That's right, because you're a star. Woo, woo. Wish granted. So I'm getting like, that's where this pause is coming in. Okay, it's like time to pour into you, time to replenish you, time to give yourself the love that you give everybody else. It's time for you to be in a sense of like renewal, serenity, connecting with yourself in faith, as well as like, I'm getting like, this is about you pouring into you, into your desires, and in the sense of like giving it back to you. I'm getting a lot of like a timeout. I'm getting like replenishing. I'm getting like loving on oneself, and just kind of like, you know, going through a natural process of release here. I have this beautiful, you know, connection to spirit and the ether, and, you know, just lots of messages and downloads and all kinds of amazing, just the consciousness and the expansion of this. It's quite something. And then this is like just, you know, being, you know, one with the universe. This is just incredible. Okay, so there's a lot that you're, you know, needing to either be aware of, especially when it comes to your thoughts. So it is about like preparing and honoring your mindset, okay, and your energy, and what you're in the flow of and what you're not in the flow of. So this is about really fine-tuning yourself, okay, which is beautiful. And then that would be the star. Like the star is serenity. This is you being in the energy of serenity, peace, harmony, okay? And that's what you're being guided to work on, is to maintain this. And yes, I would break out the months in 4. And so maybe this is something that you can align with your own monthly cycle. Masculine or feminine, doesn't matter. So there's something that like is playing out. Maybe you can recognize patterns. Okay, there's patterns. Okay, what do you want to say about this? Let's start with this first card here. The Fool or the Knight of Coins. Okay, a free spirit. Yeah, this is the sky expansion. This is that free spirit, that inner freedom, expanded consciousness, right? Look at that. Okay. This really talks about the unknown, the idealistic, the potential, the spontaneity, the adventurous, idealistic, new beginnings. Okay. Setting out in expansion. I have the Lovers here, union energy. I have a test of faith. Okay. What do you want to say about the Lovers? Is this connections and relationships, alignment, love, choices, harmony, courage, boundaries, grit, faith, endurance, and holding the line? Okay, I'm getting like this is here. All right, it talks about persistence, faith, and endurance. Taking a leap of faith. I feel like there's a final chapter here playing out. All right, this is saying like a breakup, divorce, backstab, a dead end, failure. So there's a need to surrender whatever those resonate and go with the flow. Let it go. It's not meant for you anyway. So sometimes those things are like happening along with an ending, and it kind of just like just sticks this, sticks it in a little bit, into the side a little bit, and it's like, oh, here's a reminder of why you don't want to stay, and here's a reminder why you need to leave, and here's a reminder, so there's something here that's gonna like, it's almost like, oh, that's too bad, it's unfortunate that it had to go this way, but otherwise, like, it almost needs to be uncomfortable, right, for this to kind of happen and close out, right? There is a lesson in this. So oftentimes we learn our best lessons in ways of, learning from our mistakes, shall I say. All right, what's next? Okay. It's the final countdown. Six of Cups. Aw, sweet things in life. Could be children or a soulmate. You choose, okay? All right, so I'm getting like there's going to be some sweet moments coming, okay? Someone may find like there's some sort of innocence too. And then I have a double strength here. I have strength, courage, invisible force here. Okay. Something that requires like self-belief, infinite potential, personal power, confidence, okay? Wisdom, influential, right? Like you're fierce, okay? And you're a triple threat. So just check that. Like clock it on yourself, like own that shit, I guess is what I'm trying to say. Masculine or feminine, I feel like this is a reminder that you've been forged by fire, and like you have infinite possibilities, okay? You have the ability to operate from a place of higher mind, higher consciousness, okay, expanded consciousness, okay? And so, yeah, there are things that are no longer going to resonate for you 100%. So this is kind of like a cleanup that is necessary, right? And so let things fall that need to fall, okay? It's almost like it's you could be dealing with a bit like having compassion for yourself, right? Like there might have been something that you've gone through that had to maybe for you to see the good right through it, like staying with your faith and your faith and love here, like loving yourself through something, loving yourself enough to end something, loving yourself enough to have a test of faith, right? And as a result, there's a final chapter. Yeah, look at strings attached. Things that grip you, the shadow self, materialism and restriction, addiction, obsession, sexuality, and sex. So any of these can apply to this message. So whatever resonates with you, that's why I read them all, right? There's multiple people watching this. So one might speak to you, one might speak to another. But this is like releasing this is taking courage to release, from what might grip us, right? The chains that might bind us. Someone's having the courage to break free once and for all. And that's a big deal, right? I feel like we've all been working this. This has been certainly quite a journey, okay? And we did see like enjoy the journey, right? Very important to also know when to surrender, also know when to pause, listening to the guidance on kind of like what to do when, okay? You've had to walk away and you've had to end things before, right? So, usually if it feels like a dead end, it is, right? If you're feeling like you're having to have compassion for yourself, if there's like something that's been triggered or something that's gone on that requires you to really have to like, you know, find grit on something, having to hold the line, right? Feeling like something, like you're having to stand up for a cause, and whatever that is, maybe this is your soul's path, or this could be regarding a situation or a time in your life where, you know, things have just been accumulative, right? 9 wands, like, you know, you've been through it, right? You've been tested for sure, and you're succeeding and have succeeded. So now it's time, like it's not time yet, but it will be, you know, stay in this energy of hope. Okay. There is this energy number 9 of letting go. Okay. And then we also have raising a vibration here. Okay. Connecting to light, release blocks. Okay. And strengthen and safety. And then we also have this beautiful awareness as well, right? Having this consciousness that's being shared, key to healing, noticing patterns and illusions, and pause. Okay, so some of you are really tuning into your abilities and gifts. You're able to transmute. Okay, this is a process right here in my hands that is playing out here. So a lot going on. A lot going on. I feel like somebody's coming into your energy. All right, I'm getting, you're being asked to be open to romance. All right. However, you always have a choice in the matter. Okay. And then I feel like you're going to experience the opposite of what you experienced in your last dynamic. Okay. So it's like, a bit of, you know, duality playing out. This is Scorpio energy. Comforting connection. Like, could be friends. It could be your children. It could be just being around those that like feel like family, feel closeness, shared moments. So that's beautiful. There's something that you've definitely broken free from. All right. And I feel like it's been many layers, okay? Many layers of things that you've had to break free from, right? Like it might have been, maybe you started with, you know, a relationship, and then it went to anyone associated to that person. Then it went to like the next layer, and then it was like, oh, okay, maybe it's also associating the substances. Maybe it's also about places. Maybe it's also like, it just kind of continued to have a ripple effect throughout your life to the point of like, it like went boom. I'm seeing like just huge ripple effect. And, you know, it's requiring you to have compassion regarding this. Cause like doing something like that, like bit by bit by bit, or even all at once. I mean, this is, you know, a bit of like going through a death while still alive, right? We call that like an ego death. We call that an awakening. We call that the process of like a dark night of the soul. And this is also a process of transmutation too. Alchemy, inner alchemy. Okay, so someone is using a lot of what they've experienced in their existence here, okay, and is being guided to do so, to kind of like work through the steps of alchemy here. We have all elements present, okay, including the ether, so that's 5. We do have working with the heart, right? Earth, right? Being able to help transmute the energies here on earth, okay? Feeling it to heal it, okay? And then we have the air, right? This is that connection. This is the wisdom, connecting to divine wisdom here. Feminine energy doesn't have to be though, but I'm getting inner freedom, expanded consciousness, and then being able to kind of flow it and then take action on something, create something, right? This is divine magic here, right? Beautiful, beautiful energy. Yeah, and to have the clarity, the connection, right? The divine wisdom to create. It's like co-creation here. It's absolutely beautiful. Wow, let's see if there's more here. What else do you want to share? 6 of Pentacles, giving and receiving. Yeah, there you go, giving and receiving. Yeah, so what is this touching on? Generosity, balance, give and take, equal give and take. Care, being valued, and kindness, and quid pro quo. All right. You might be receiving a gift soon. Worth waiting for. Worth waiting for. Huh. This is 7 of Wands, and it came out in the mid position. Okay. So, wait, hold on. I gotta do it in this order. There we go. Okay. What's this? Queen of Wands? Okay. It's clarifying the 9 of Wands. So this is someone who's charming, confident, courageous, outgoing, visionary, strong, energetic, and sexy. Ooh la la. Yeah, this is being like, this is that wounded warrior, right? The Queen of Wands is the warrior queen. And so someone was forged by fire. Queen of Wands is a fire sign. Oh, that's great. Love that. Spiritually, I feel like, yeah, there was like a spiritual initiation here, right? It's like you entered the ring of fire. And there's justice playing out. Ooh, 10 of Swords and justice. Doing what's right. Okay, so something's happening as a result of someone doing something, or doing something for the sake of like integrity, right? Fairness, balance, legal matters, consequences, cause and effect, life lessons, and truth. So I feel like someone may have done what they thought was right and maybe got backstabbed, or there's a breakup, okay? And there could be legal matters, okay? There also could be life lessons playing out, and then there's also truth. There could be a rock bottom and a failure here too. Okay. We have a Queen of Swords. Okay, maybe someone who isn't feeling like... Do you want this in the upright? You want this in the mid position? Yes. Okay. So this Queen of Swords is kind of like a block position. I feel like this can represent like someone is like either protecting something or lied about something or tried to block something. What is this? Many possibilities. Unclear, illusion, confusion, lacking focus, wishfulness, shiny object syndrome, wild imagination. This is the 7 of Cups. Oh, someone may want to make a romantic gesture towards your energy, feminine or masculine. They may want to send a message, okay? But I feel like they're in a energy of confusion, illusion, entertaining objects. I'm sorry. Many possibilities and entertaining shiny object syndrome here. So I'm getting like this Queen of Swords is, or maybe they're with a Queen of Swords, someone who's like hot, cold, like they don't know who they are, right? I feel like this is someone who's very bitter, someone who's very likes to talk behind people's backs for the sake of like just being cruel. I'm getting like somebody's not very nice. and they very much could be seen for who they truly are. This could be like someone's in the process of being exposed for something that was done that lacked integrity, that was unfair. This could be in play right now, this whole Justice and Ten of Swords. So that might be why this is in the mid position. Like it hasn't fully played out yet. Okay. But whatever's going on here with the Ten of Swords and the Justice, they're not allowed to come near you. Okay. Or the Six of Cups is what I'm getting. I'm getting like, this is kind of like a interference over here. Or someone is in this energy. Queen of Swords in the mid position. Okay. They have like no emotion. They're devoid of emotion. And they're lacking mental strength. Okay. So they're having some issues with they're confused. Like this talks about confusion. This talks about unclear, a wild imagination. So I feel like someone might be a bit delusional right here. There could be justice playing out, okay? And there could be someone hitting rock bottom, okay? Divorce, breakup, backstab here. So this is why they want you to respond versus react. Okay? Observe your thoughts and be mindful. Okay? Because they're dealing with the devil here. This is this energy over here. Okay? So they're wanting to stop this courage of yours. This inner strength, this action that you're taking. All right? So right now, through the winter time, winter solstice, they want you to find the light within. Okay, this is the next card here is this courage, this, you know, before we take action, we kind of rest, we recuperate, we hibernate, we validate our feelings, we tie up loose ends. And maybe something from now to a year or more is going to be coming into fruition. And this is what you're being guided to do, is to find the light within. Okay. Okay, we have Six of Wands, courage. Look at, this is clarifying the courage. Six of Wands, this is victory, success, congratulations. All right, confidence boost, reaching a milestone, pride of achievement, victory, recognition, success. Okay, and that is the finale. Like fireworks. I feel like this is like fireworks, like shit's about to pop off. So rest up. Okay, rest up. Yeah, because you're charting a new course and there's opportunity and they want you to get ready. This is a time to like get ready, close, you know, tie up loose ends, consider options, decisions, future planning, and this is going to be a path of discovery. So you're being prepared. Right? I feel like you've been preparing. Like you're evolving. Okay, it's a ripple effect. Okay, there's like a whole ripple playing out here. There's numerous people, places, things involved, depending on like what you're working on, what you're working towards. It's like it's like very like, it almost requires like, yeah, like holding the line. Like sometimes you've had to do this solitarily, like no help, but you're never alone. It's just like, this was your fight. This was your test. This was your chance to prove to yourself that like, yes, you are enough. Yes, what you stand up for is enough for you. Like what's right for you is worth standing up for, is what I'm getting. And if something, yeah, worth fighting for, making a stand, facing something head on and like getting it done. Like this is the Lovers Union, Queen of Wands. Like you're a badass, whether you're masculine or feminine, like you're a free spirit. And through your own like freedom, right? Your own like initiation into this freedom, it's like you release the shame, the blame, the woulda, coulda, shouldas. Like you're allowing to be yourself. Like, this is self-acceptance. And it's a process. Like, the rings for me symbolize, like, it's taken a bit. Like, it's taken a lot of it. And that's totally okay. And everybody's, like, on their own track, right? Like, no one else is on your track but you. And so there's no competition. There's no, like, I'm going to take that from you and it's going to be mine now. Like, no, that's foolishness. It's absolutely foolish to think that what isn't for you is not going to be for you. Vice versa. Someone having envy or jealousy, like, all you're doing is calling to yourself what you envy, right? You end up becoming a mirror. You are a mirror. So what you see in others, you see in yourself, or what you, yeah, something like that. The world is a mirror. Notice patterns and clear the blocks. Like, there's that going on. Mirror, mirror on the wall. Who's the fairest of them all? It's like that. Yep. We don't want to be like that. All right. Picking up Cancer energy, 4 of Cups. They're in self-serving, disinterested energy. They feel like they missed an opportunity and they're bored with what they're currently doing, and they're dissatisfied, unmotivated, depressed, reluctant, and weary. All right. And I feel like this is on the other side of that. All right. There's a shocking event. There's an energy surge. There's bankruptcy, immediate revelation, sudden upheaval, wiped out, destroyed, divorce, and chaos. So someone is about to move on and never look back. And I'm getting like, wow, someone else is experiencing like a downfall here. So, ooh, who's this King of Pentacles? Hardworking, successful, stable, dependable. Okay. Yeah. Someone might be walking away from something to go towards something new. Maybe leaving one job to go to another, right? One that is more collaborative and has more synergy, active listening and participation. Going from dark to light. So something that might be more high vibrational for you. I feel like it will be a fresh start, and springtime could be resonating, or there's an awakening playing out. Yeah, I feel like, you know, as a result of your own spiritual mastery, there could have been something that, like, you have been doing for an extended period of time, maybe because it was convenient, a bit of self-entrapment here, but I'm getting like you're seeing through those illusions now, right? Going from darkness to light, right? Realizing like some things are just not, you know, what they seem, right? So maybe you're becoming the ultimate provider for yourself, right? And that's you charting a new course, right? You maybe taking an opportunity to discover, all right, considering other options available to you at this time. I feel like do your research, okay? Do your research. Look things through thoroughly, especially if there's any contracts, okay? Page of Swords is usually, yeah, thinks first, okay? Curious, ideas, okay? Vigilant, guarded, communicate, thirst for knowledge, yeah. So look things up before you take action on anything. Do your research, right? Wow, this was an interesting reading, huh? Fun. I love this deck, by the way. Beautiful deck. I might have gotten this on Amazon. I'm not 100% sure, but it's very well done. So kudos to Miyuki Rose. All right, you guys. I'm going to leave you with that. I hope you have an amazing day, and I'll see you on the next reading. Bye.